Today we're taking a look at the 2016 370Z, but not just any 370Z, the 370Z Nismo. So let's go ahead and take a look. In this video, we're just going to quickly demonstrate what makes this different from a regular 370Z. So what changes are made, what equipment do you get, stuff like that. So starting out from the outside, this is a Nismo, not a Nismo Tech, so you're not going to get all the fancy bells and whistles like navigation and everything. So compare this one more to the base model Z. What we're going to take a look at right now is that the changes you're going to see here now. You have daytime running lights. So the regular Z has them too, but this is actually a completely different design. So they're up and down. On the regular 370Z, this one they're across. So part of the reason is because on this one it has a different body kit. As you can see from the front, the bumper is actually completely different on this vehicle. So aside from just having like the red accents and blacked out bumper, part of the 370Z is actually going to be way more aerodynamic, which is going to introduce a new bumper, which is also going to introduce a new style of LED daytime running lights. The changes here in the front as well, you actually have now a dark finish headlight. So on the inside it's actually dark finish versus chrome, so right in there, so it just makes it look a little bit sportier, a little bit nicer. So just a few tweaks that they do here and there will actually make a big difference overall. What you see now here is the wheel design, so it's going to be completely different. So no other 370Z model except the 370Z Nismo is going to have this style. So they're actually 19-inch wheels made by Ray, so they're super lightweight, they're forged aluminum. Really lightweight and really strong as well. You have the blacked out side mirror now with a little Nismo red stripe, so just something small there to keep in mind. Move it along to the back of the car. So not only am I going to be showing you what's different with the 370Z Nismo, but also what has changed for 2016. So there used to be a Nismo for 2015, but this is actually something completely different. Continuing on with the whole body kit, as you can see, the bumper is actually redesigned a little bit. So again, keeping with the whole like aerodynamics and everything. So actually not bad looking. And if you take a look across the whole vehicle, there's actually that red strip that runs all around underneath the car. So that's your side skirt. In the front, you had it for the bumper as well. Coming here to the back, again, you're going to see it there at the very bottom of the car. You have that red strip. That's signature Nismo. That's what you're going to see in a whole lot of red. Same reason why the O in the Nismo name is going to be red. Red seems to be the color of Nismo and the color of Nissan. So yeah, taking a look here, 370Z. It's going to give you a quick walk around look so you get an idea of how beautiful this car looks. And one little thing, you do get these side extenders on the fenders on all the Nismo. So it's something small, most people won't notice that, but that is just one addition of Nismo. Again, it's more in tune with the whole aerodynamics and the appeal of the car. So when it comes to Nismo, they do something very well thought, like really thought out. So everything you see in this car, everything that's different, it's there for a reason, not just for looks. So as far as like the whole side skirts, the body panels, the bumper kits, just the whole revise of everything has to do with aerodynamics and speed. So just one thing to keep in mind with the 370Z Nismo. Again, let's just take a quick walk around view of it, get a really good feel of it. I mean, comparing it to just the standard 370Z, it looks a whole lot nicer. It's really it's really hard to choose the regular base model Z over this one. Parked side to side, most people would definitely choose the Nismo, and it's more of a rarity. Very low production. The Z itself, as it is very low production. Now going for a Nismo is even rarer to find. So something to keep in mind. You may not be able to find too many out there, but yeah, it's a really attractive car. Speaking of changes, as you can see, even the engine bay is a little bit different. You do have that Nismo stamp right there. The engine cover is going to be red, but speaking with the engine, so keeping along with that talk, you get 350 horsepower now. So you have actually power bump from the standard 370Z. So the 370Z as itself, it's actually a pretty quick vehicle, but with the Nismo, you're actually going to get a little bit more power. Just one thing to keep in mind there. Now, getting a little bit more technical on the outside, as you can see, these brakes that you see there, the brake calipers, aside from just being colored red, they're actually upgraded performance brakes. So just something to keep in mind. We're going to get a little bit more technical here with the Nismo. So, and then these wheels that you see are actually Bridgestone racing tires. So they're Y-rated high performance racing tires. So along with being really attractive, really good looking, it's actually racing tires. Yeah, you have high rigidity brake hoses and R35 special brake fluid. So just something to keep, something to talk about as we're talking about brakes here. The suspension is actually Nismo tuned. So what that means, it's going to be a little bit rougher on the road. So as you're driving, this is not going to be like kind of your daily commuter. Well, you can use it as your daily commuter if you want, but this is a track-oriented sports car. So it's designed for the track, which means you can buy it today and race it on the track tomorrow. There's nothing to do with this car. You don't have to upgrade anything. This car, the Nismo brand itself, is meant for racing. So take it on the road, drive the hell out of it, and this car is going to be able to respond with you. So yeah, so again, so Nismo tuned suspension, so it's going to be a whole lot tougher. Reinforced front struts, so again, adding to the rigidity of the vehicle, so it's going to definitely be pretty rough ride. You have body dampeners, and then the whole, like I was speaking with the body design, so dampeners means, you know, the car itself, it's, I mean, it's just to give you an idea of how stiff the suspension is. If I try to push it down, that car is not moving anywhere. So it's gonna be really, really tough. To give you another look, this car doesn't go anywhere. The suspension is super stiff. Just one thing to keep in mind, again, like I said, if you're thinking about how the daily driver of it, just keep in mind all the bumps on the road. You're gonna be able to pretty much feel everything. Now, as far as the outside, that's pretty much going to sum up the outside changes without getting very, very technical. The rest of the changes you are going to see on the inside. So why don't we head to the door. The good thing about this one, and all 370Zs, in fact, they have the Nissan Intelligent Key, which is what we're looking at right now. So you're going to press a button, lock the doors, press it, open up your doors. Same thing with when it comes to the trunk. So this is something you're going to see on all the Zs, so just have the key with you, press the button underneath, open up your trunk. Now we're going to take a look at this in just a minute, or right now, as a matter of fact. This is, there we go, now we got to take a better look. So this one has the cargo cover that's optional, already included in this one. So this is not a car you buy for practicality, as you can see, even though it is a hatchback, because it's so compact in design and everything. You're not gonna buy it for the usability, that's for sure. You're not gonna put your luggages in here, you know, all the cool school stuff, anything like that. This is a car you buy for track, for racing, for sport. So you get none of the, well, you get some usability, but not too much with the trunk. So as is probably obvious with the fact that it's a two-seater, definitely not something you're gonna buy for the family, or if you're thinking about family. Underneath here, so let me just lift up some of the trunk pieces. You actually do have a spare tire, and if you see that, you have the Bose audio system. So all the Nismos, regardless of being base model or not, which this one is, you do get a really good sound system. So you got Bose amplifier, gonna give you really deep bass, a subwoofer, I mean, not an amplifier, really deep bass, really deep sound. So part of the fact with along with the reason being Bose, you also get active noise cancellation and active well, the opposite of that. So you can actually the Bose system can actually work with the car and make it actually sound louder. So That's a little bit more complicated. I'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, this is the trunk so far. Let's go take a look at what the actual inside of the vehicle is going to look like. So just straight off the door, if you've seen a regular 370Z before, you're going to notice that even the door is a little bit different. So you have this Alcantara suede here. So that's something that you're going to see inside of most of the vehicle. And you can see, speaking of suede here, you can see these seats are something you're not going to find in any other Z except the Nismo Zs. So we're going to take it one step at a time. As you can see here, it's really soft touch. So along with having just soft touch here at the top, you also have a soft touch here, which for the Alcantara, which it gives it a really high quality feel. Moving on to the seat of the car, these are actually Recaro Nismo seats. Recaro is a racing brand. A Nissan is going to use specific seats to the 370Z. So these are not seats you're going to find in a different car. These are designed specifically for the 370Z. Because they are racing seats, you're not going to see any power seating on this car. So no, there's going to be one of those seats you kind of set and forget, as you're going to notice here. Everything's going to be manual. No power seating, none of that fancy stuff on this one. This is a straight racing seat. So has side bolsters that really hold you in place, and at the same time actually kind of comfortable. You have the side airbag here, and as you can see, nothing is going to be power in this. And the seat adjustment is actually going to be really difficult, but part of the reason is because once you set it, this car is not moving. So when you're on the track, not going to budge one bit. If there's an accident, this vehicle is going to make sure that the seat itself doesn't collapse. It's going to keep you safe. This is race all the way with the 370Z Nismo. You can see the non-adjustable headrests with also, you can actually attach optional straps to kind of hold you in. So on top of just having a regular seatbelt, because this is a racing inspired car, you can see that it has opening for the straps, the body straps. You have that Z emblem here at the bottom, and you have suede inserts inside of the seat. So that's part of the reason why you don't move. Suede, the Alcantara is going to keep you in place. The leather's just going to be for a nice look. Let's move inside. Again, vehicle not designed for practicality, as you can see. I'm actually kind of a tall person, and I do fit comfortably. I'm not going to lie, but obviously this is not going to be like your luxury cruiser or anything like that. Moving on to the changes on the inside of the car, you do see suede actually follows through the whole car. So since again this is a racing car, you do not want to necessarily have leather where you're going to hold on to the car, because aside from getting hot in the summer days, it's a more prone to slipping. So if you're on the track going super fast, you know, giving the car all it has to go, if you have leather here, you're not gonna have as much grip. Here with the Alcantara, so Alcantara here on the seat to grip you, also here to grip you. So it actually feels really, really nice. Something I cannot stress a little bit too much. It's actually one of the best looking and best feeling steering wheels here in a sports car. Definitely really nice upgrade. And if you notice here, this is an automatic transmission. Now, why am I saying an automatic transmission? Why is that something to get excited about? Well, this is the first time a 370Z Nismo has ever had an automatic transmission. So part of the reason why is because this vehicle has been such an improvement that to keep up with the 0 to 60 times, make it a whole lot faster, and to keep up with demand, the actual automatic transmission is faster. So if you're looking for just pure speed, you don't care about, you know, the whole shifting and everything, synchro F match, whatever it has to do, the 370Z Nismo with automatic transmission, it's going to be by far the faster of the 370Z. So it's going to accelerate actually quite a bit faster. Most people might say it feels faster on a stick shift because obviously you have more control, but the automatic transmission and the 370Z Nismo is going to get you better acceleration. So again, because we do have an automatic, you actually have magnesium paddle shifters. So you have leather here where you're going to touch it, but the actual paddle shifter itself, it's going to be magnesium. So definitely a high quality feel in this car. So downshift here as you're driving, upshift here as you're driving. So just something small, but something to keep in mind. You see the dashboard layout is red for Nismo. You have the oil temperature right over there, battery voltage, and just the time. So on the Nismo Tech, you're gonna have a navigation system here and the radio system here. On this one, you just have a storage compartment, so nothing too fancy here. But everywhere you touch, you're gonna have either suede or leather. Even leather here in the dashboard. As you can see, it gives a really high quality feel in this car. Everywhere you touch, you can see here, whereas most people actually cheap out and use plastic, this is gonna be leather, or not leather, but soft touch. Really, really comfortable. You have Nissan intelligent key push to start. So to start it up, just press the brake, press the button, and just like that, the vehicle is on. Now we're gonna go in detail a little bit, kind of explain to you how these dash screen works and everything, and after that we're gonna get over the boring part. I'm gonna go straight to the test drive, kind of give you a really good feel of the vehicle, how it's gonna ride, how the noise quality is inside the car, so how loud it is and everything like that. We're just gonna take one more quick look at it just so you see how attractive the vehicle is in itself. Yeah, definitely something you're gonna enjoy driving, that's for sure. The passenger has Recaro seats as well, so same thing I was talking about, you know, the whole suede in the middle, Alcantara inserts. It's actually really nice feeling with the leather on the sides. Definitely very attractive car. Now we're gonna go over how to use this whole dashboard and everything. Have automatic headlights here, so they'll turn on and off by themselves. Put that thing in auto. In the daytime they'll be on, the nighttime they'll be on. Now this little helper screen that the 370Z has is actually going to be controlled by these buttons up top here. So press a button, it'll show you different information, just like right now we're taking a look at the range of the car. Lets you know the outside temperature. It's going to let you know, you can change a little settings here and there. So that's going to let you know your instant miles per gallon. So similar system like I've shown you in some of the past vehicles that I've reviewed. This one's just a little bit older because the Nissan Z has been around for a little bit longer. It's going to show you your average miles per gallon. So again, depending the way you drive, that's going to change a little bit. It's going to go show your distance, your time. So if you go on a trip, you can actually calculate that. And then we go back again to the range. So we're going to take this car on a little test drive just a little bit. I'm going to show you the miles per gallon, so kind of see how that works exactly. Again, like I said, you have paddle shifters. Probably not going to be using the paddle shifters right now because I do have to keep a hand on the wheel and one hand on the camera. So that's going to be a little bit difficult if I try to do that. But you know, you can kind of get a feel of it here, or you can also shift here as well. One thing I forgot to mention, so put it in drive, shift up, shift down, similar how the paddle shifters are going to work. So you have a tachometer right there, speedometer right there, and of course it's outlined in red because this is the Nismo edition. Yeah, just gonna give you one final look before we go on the test drive. All right, so only one thing left to do. Put this car in drive. We're good to go. So we're starting our test drive again in the city of downtown LA, Los Angeles. So again, as I always say, the angles sometimes might not be the best, but that's obviously for safety reasons and for the fact that I can't really record and drive legally. But yeah, you know, so let's get it started. As you can see, you can already start to kind of hear how the engine noise is inside the car. It's actually relatively quiet considering how loud this engine can be and how quickly we're accelerating. So you don't really have to tap on the gas too much before the car actually gets going, which is evident kind of right now. So the revs, you see, are going to stay relatively low and gives you a chance to see that screen that I was talking about as far as like the whole gas mileage, how it works. But yeah, as you can see, as we're driving, you know, the car is going to be relatively smooth. I say relatively because again, this is the road model, so you are going to feel more bumps on the road, that's for sure. We're not going to get over that one here because again, you have to keep in mind this car is oriented for the track, not going to be your daily driver. If you want a daily driver, you can look more like for the touring models or the grand touring of the 370Z. if you're looking for comfort and, you know, like power seating and more luxury features. When it comes to the Nismo, however, the Nismo's not going to give you any of that. So it's more a rougher ride. You know, you get the speed that you want. I'm not going to be able to show you 0 to 60 times. Again, for more obvious reasons. Or actually, as a matter of fact, let's see if there's a freeway opening, and we're gonna hop on right there. Again, give you kind of an idea how quickly and how smoothly this vehicle is gonna accelerate. But let's see what we have in store today. So not pulling the throttle all the way, but you can see how quickly this car has accelerated. So, you know, as was evident with how little the revs went up. I mean, you barely have to gas this car. It's 350 horsepower that it has. You know, definitely an improvement over the regular Z. And you notice that with the 0 to 60 acceleration in this car. You see, at a standstill, the vehicle is actually kind of quiet. You know, doesn't make a lot of noise. Doesn't do a lot of shaking. It's actually very, very, very calm once you're at a stop speed. So again, so it does have that to look forward to. Let's see. We're gonna take it for a quick spin and give it a try. Again, you had a chance to kind of hear how the engine roars. If you paid attention, we reached 60, and you know, really fast, and it really gets your blood going. That's for sure. I mean, definitely. I mean, if you pay attention to that sound, it sounds so crazy. You know, it's wow. It's hard to explain how good this car is. But we're gonna pause it for a second and resume in just a bit. So this has been a kind of a quick look at the 370Z test drive. We're coming pretty close to the end of the test drive here. I hope that gave you kind of a good idea of how the vehicle handles and how it rides. Just to end the test drive, like I always do, let's go give it a go. Man, that thing flies to 60. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed, you know, watching this test drive. I hope it kind of gave you an idea how the vehicle rides itself. As you can see, definitely a lot of power behind the Z. It's one of Nissan's best sports car. One of the car that actually saved Nissan back before it was when it was about to go bankrupt back in the 70s. But yeah, you know, just a little history of the Nissan Z there. It's actually a really iconic car of Nissan. I mean, it's the reason why you see Nissans on the road today in the United States, at least. The Nissan Z, the Fair Lady Z, as it's called in Japan, is, you know, definitely one of Nissan's best vehicles. They do place a little bit extra attention on it. So, you know, if the Nissan GTR is a little bit out of your price range, a little bit hard to get, you know, another car to always consider with Nissan is going to be that 370Z. You know, definitely going to be a really fun to drive car. So again, I hope you enjoyed the test drive. One thing I almost forgot to mention, the 370Z Nismo comes standard with HID daytime running lights. Just gonna take one last walk around with the car. Gonna make sure you get a really good feel of it, a good look. See how it looks in the nighttime. It's gonna be definitely a really attractive car, as you can see, with the whole LED tail lights. Gonna be something you're gonna spot for sure. Just one more final walk around, again, like I'm saying. So This has been your quick look and test drive of the Nissan 370Z Nismo 2016. Hope you enjoy.